I wonder about settling and if what role the NFL had in maybe advising if you settle or there's going to be a punishment here. I don't know if it all works together, Mike, and maybe I'm trying to put together a jigsaw puzzle and they're two different puzzles.
No, but I think you're right. I think your instincts are right. And we always know that there's a sausage making process behind the scenes. And I think that it was getting to the point, Dan, starting with the HBO story on the case, and then another lawsuit is filed, and then Deshaun Watson's lawyer makes the awkward comment about there's nothing criminal about a happy ending, and then another lawsuit's filed, and then the New York Times story comes out, and it just felt like it was disintegrating. And there had been voices in the league office for a long time that believe Deshaun Watson shouldn't play until all these cases are over. Now, the commissioner took paid leave off the table in March. That doesn't mean it couldn't be put back on. And lately it was feeling to me like, the best outcome is press pause on this guy's career. Let him focus on these 24 cases and counting, and then we'll impose an unpaid suspension after that. I think as a practical matter, and maybe there was a conversation off the grid, and you know how this happens, 3 layers deep, and this conversation never occurred, but it could be somebody from the league office got the message to Watson's camp. Look, what you need to do is settle these cases because there's just too many of them. We can't let this guy play with this many pending legal cases. You're going to settle them eventually, settle them now. And I think that makes it far less likely he will be put on paid leave. Because I was thinking as of last week, paid leave felt like it was inevitable because there was just too much hovering over Deshaun Watson.
It was last Friday when the Washington Post, Mark Maskey, said that, quoting, that expecting a significant punishment for Deshaun Watson. I asked a source, I said, and it's somebody involved in this, I said, what does significant mean to you? And he said, well, my significant is different than what the commissioner's significant is, or Deshaun Watson's camp, or the Cleveland Browns. What do you think is the punishment for Deshaun Watson?
I was told a day before Maskey's report that the NFLPA is bracing for something unprecedented. So, and you got to remember the procedure that's going to be at play here. First, the league proposes a punishment. So they start high. Then independent retired judge gets involved and makes decision. Maybe it's something lower. Then commissioner has jurisdiction over the appeal, and the league can appeal. The league can say, we asked for a year. Judge Robinson, who's going to be in charge of this, said 8 games. We think it should be a year. Commissioner could say, I'll do 12. So there's a back and forth that can happen here. So yeah, you start high because you assume that through this process, the independent disciplinary officer is going to come in lower, and then the commissioner decides what the final outcome is going to be. So it doesn't surprise me that it would be a year. It wouldn't surprise me if it's longer than a year, frankly. The Trevor Bauer suspension by MLB, I think, as a practical matter, resonates in what the NFL does with Deshaun Watson. So I think it will be unprecedented. I think it will be significant. And at the end of the day, Roger Goodell is going to have final say.